Hi guys, welcome back to the Home and Homestead. If you're new to the channel, I'm Rebecca, and today we'll be doing some gardening. We'll be heading back to the raised beds where I planted some potatoes earlier in the year. And now the plants are starting to dry up and die off, so I know the potatoes in the ground are ready to be pulled out and harvested. So let's go have some fun digging in the dirt. Previously I had planted in these two raised beds, and I also planted in a galvanized container. The ones in the container are still growing strong, so I'll let them continue to grow in there, and once the plants look like those that you see before you, then I'll know that I can harvest them as well. But for today, let's work on these two raised beds. You can check out my video on how I prepared and planted the potatoes. Now the bed to the left, I planted some yellow potatoes. In the bed to the right, I had planted some red potatoes. Those are both from seed potatoes. And from each of those seed potato or a portion of potato, they grew up a plant that you can see above the straw. All right, so here's the fun part, removing all those potatoes from the soil. Alright guys, here is our potato harvest from the two raised beds. This isn't a very large harvest, but they are all homegrown and they should be really delicious. So these potatoes have been harvested. I have them on a curing board, which is just a piece of wood with a raised lip that I thought would work well for curing potatoes and garlic and things like that. You can also use old boxes or pieces of cardboard. I'll place this in a cool, dark area away from direct sunlight for a couple of weeks. Then these potatoes will be ready for longer term storage in a cool, dark place. This was the first year that I ever grew potatoes in those raised beds. I think next year I'll grow potatoes in there again, but I will add a little bit of sand to the soil mixture so the potatoes have a nice loose substrate to grow in, and maybe we'll get a little bit better of a harvest. But that's kind of the fun thing about gardening, is some years you have a really large harvest and other years you don't, and you can tweak and adjust and experiment and see what works best for your area of your property or for various fruits, vegetables, and flowers and things like that. And also next year I think I might just do yellow potatoes, and I might do seed potatoes in one and store-bought yellow potatoes in the other, and see how they compare. But for now, we have the yellow potatoes on the left, the red potatoes on the right. They were both seed potatoes, and the store-bought red potatoes are still growing in the galvanized container. And the plants look nice and green and healthy still, so they're not ready to be harvested. I think potatoes are fun to plant and grow. You just have a little portion of a seed potato and you can grow a number of potatoes from that. So although this harvest is kind of modest, this was all homegrown and should be really delicious. I hope you enjoyed our time together while we did some gardening and we harvested our potatoes from a couple of raised beds. Well, if you're new to the channel or haven't done so yet, I would really appreciate you subscribing. If you enjoyed this or any other videos you check out, please give them a thumbs up. See you next time. Take care.